YOLO, quick update on the Coney call option. It's been a roller coaster of a day, to say the least. Starting off with the pre-market today. Coney hit slightly over $10 a share, something that it hasn't done in literal months, which went against everything that has been the status quo for its pattern, throwing me for a loop. Now, thankfully, my call option was not assigned, even though it was very much in the money and someone could have made a nice chunk of profit off of it. Then, as the day continued to go on, it started to go down bit by bit until it finally dropped and hit a lower level, but it was still at about $9.70-ish cents, which is 10 cents above where the call option is set at. And then the post-market drop happened, and I'll just show you here so you can get an idea. Okay, so right before the stock market had closed for the day, Coney had actually jumped up to about $9.80 something cents, so the premium here is going to show $2.83, which would have been a massive loss for us. However, the post-market really came in clutch by dropping it drastically from the $9.83 down to its current price, which is about $9.44. And as a brief reminder, the call option strike price was set at $9.60. So this would equate to roughly 15 cents per share times 100 shares per contract. 158 contracts means we're currently sitting on a profit of $2,370 if we were to close out now, which we can't because it's post-market. Now, the only concern I have is if between now and midnight our call option gets assigned. Well, it won't be a loss in terms of, dollar amounts, because we will actually be making the $2,000 to $3,000 profit. But the two concerns are, one, it will trigger a taxable event, and two, I will no longer own these shares before the dividend date, which is tomorrow. So I will then effectively miss out on this month's pay period. I won't be getting the dividend. However, if the call options are not assigned tonight, that is a phenomenal win, because on the dividend date and the actual dividend pay date, the stock usually falls another smaller amount, not as drastic. And then the following week, it kind of varies up and down a little. Not really able to predict anything like that. But if we can avoid getting our option calls assigned, then we could actually make a theoretical larger profit if we hold out. Fingers crossed. It really all depends on what happens tonight after I go to sleep. I'll make a short video in the morning letting you know whether or not the options were actually assigned during the night. So stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to sharing you the results, whether it's good or bad. And as always, I'll catch you on the flip side.